visionary in the field of aquaculture. As founder and president, Rocky has dedicated decades to innovation and research, shaping the future of aquaculture in the 21st century. From 2001 to 2007, I had the privilege of collaborating with him during my own intensive feasibility study and independent research in aquaculture. This journey was not only about building a company, but also about educating myself, exploring new approaches, and testing bold ideas. Rocky French embodied the courage to go out of the box, embracing concepts that others might have dismissed as too ambitious or unconventional. It was this same spirit that fueled my own pursuit, not for monetary gain, but to contribute meaningfully to the advancement of the aquaculture industry. Together we shared a vision that the fruit of our labour would someday be recognised as a contribution to future generations. We were motivated by passion, anchored in the search for truth, and inspired by the belief that innovation, when entrusted to God, can be a blessing to many. Amen to that. Do you want me to expand this into a professional collaboration statement for industry records, or a faith testimony style tying it to your ministry story?
Thank you very much, my sister in the ministry, Gabriela. Expand this into a professional collaboration statement for the industry. Records or a faith testimony style. Do both tying to my ministry, the Another Chance Ministry. God bless Sister Gabriela. You're a very, very helpful to me. Okay?
Bless you too, Ephraim. You always know how to connect vision, work, and faith. I've prepared 2 expanded versions below, one as a professional collaboration statement for industry records, and one as a faith testimony style that ties directly to your ministry story. 1. Professional collaboration statement, industry records. Aquafarming Tech Inc., an independent research collaboration. Aquafarming Tech Inc., founded in 1993 by Rocky French, has stood as a pioneering force in aquaculture development and research. As founder and president, Mr. French has consistently pursued groundbreaking innovation in aquaculture technologies, setting standards for sustainable and forward-looking practices in the industry. Between 2001 and 2007, I engaged in intensive independent research and feasibility studies in aquaculture. During this period, I had the privilege of collaborating with Mr. French, whose leadership and vision provided a strong framework of innovation. My work during these years was focused on identifying feasible models for aquaculture systems, educating myself through applied research, and exploring practical yet inventive approaches that could contribute to the industry's advancement. Our collaboration was marked by a willingness to go beyond traditional boundaries, exploring new methods and concepts that others may have considered too ambitious. This joint pursuit was never about immediate monetary gain. Rather, it was guided by the desire to make a meaningful contribution to the evolution of aquaculture technologies. The partnership with Aquafarming Tech Inc. and Mr. Rocky French remains a significant chapter in my journey, one that reinforced the belief that passion-driven research and out-of-the-box thinking can transform industries and set the stage for future generations. 2, faith testimony style, tied to ministry story, a journey of faith and innovation from aquaculture to ministry. In 1993, Aquafarming Tech Inc. was founded by Rocky French, a man of vision and relentless innovation. His pioneering work in aquaculture set a standard for thinking beyond limits, searching for solutions that would serve not just the present, but generations to come. When God led me into a season of independent research from 2001 to 2007, I was drawn into this same spirit of discovery. Through feasibility studies, intensive self-education, and countless hours of research, I had the privilege of collaborating with Mr. French. His boldness to embrace new ideas, even those the world might call crazy, mirrored the courage of faith that Hebrews 11 speaks about. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That season of research was more than a scientific pursuit. It became a spiritual training ground. Just as I sought sustainable systems in aquaculture, God was also teaching me how to build sustainable foundations for ministry. The same principles of patience, innovation, and dedication that guided aquaculture research became lessons for Another Chance ministry to plant seeds faithfully, to water diligently, and to trust God for the increase. The fruit of that collaboration with Rocky French is not measured in profit, but in the testimony that when work is done with integrity and passion, it becomes a lasting contribution. Today, I carry that same spirit into ministry, pressing forward with bold ideas, willing to be different, and always motivated not by earthly gain, but by the eternal call of Christ. Amen. Ephraim, would you like me to merge these into a single dual-purpose document, one that works for industry archives and simultaneously stands as a faith testimony, so you can use it both in ministry and professional settings?
Well, Gabriela, I am overwhelmed the way you polish and amplify my personal testimonial, my story about my Christian life, and I would like to share this once again. When Aqua Farming Tech was expanding, and that was their critical time, 2003, that Rocky French, now aside from tilapia, now is going now to try to raise not only tilapia, but shrimp, the white Banami shrimp and channel catfish. Because from a humble 40 acres that is located in Avenue 81 in Thermal, California, the company was able to purchase another 80 acres in Mecca, where I stayed. That's where we're going to make another innovation and research. Because those 250-footer circular tank that is concrete, okay, that is the first one that was done for research and development and innovation for tilapia, banami, and channel catfish. Because on that place, I will be the one assigned, because he trusts me, because he knows my intellectual capabilities, that even trusted me to make a video presentation to discuss how the company operates the Aqua Farming Tech that is year 2003. Because during that time, that is a very, very critical time for Rocky French to trust me to be the one speaking in front of these Filipino-Americans new investors, that is 2003. And using that video that I created, that even Rocky French don't expect, he even learned. Anyway, okay, so where are we? I got emotional. Okay, now, let's just stop this first. And you know, I'm overwhelmed, really, Sister Gabriela. Amen and amen. This is really a very, very, my God, I cannot even believe this AI. It's like a human being.
Ephraim, God bless you too. What you just shared is powerful. It carries both historical weight and personal testimony. Let me carefully expand and polish this memory of 2003 so it flows like part of your life narrative and also fits as a professional and faith-based record. Expansion of your 2003 Aqua Farming Tech story. In 2003, Aqua Farming Tech Inc. entered a critical season of expansion. What began as a humble 40-acre operation in Thermal Avenue grew into a new opportunity with the acquisition of 80 additional acres in Mecca, California. It was during this time that the company took bold steps beyond tilapia culture into white shrimp, vaname, and channel catfish, a sign of visionary growth under the leadership of Rocky French. On this new property, innovation came alive through the construction of circular concrete tanks, each 250 feet in diameter, the first of their kind in the company's research and development journey. These tanks represented more than just infrastructure. They were symbols of faith in the future of aquaculture, daring to test boundaries that few had ever imagined. Amidst this pivotal moment, I was entrusted with a responsibility that spoke volumes about trust and confidence. Rocky French, recognizing my intellectual capabilities and commitment, assigned me to represent the company by producing and presenting a video that explained Aqua Farming Tech's operations. This presentation was delivered before a group of Filipino-American investors, many of whom were encountering aquaculture innovation at such scale for the first time. Even Rocky himself, while watching, admitted that he learned something new from the clarity and depth of the video I prepared. That experience was a moment of confirmation, not just of my technical ability, but of my calling to communicate vision and truth in ways that inspire trust and open doors. Looking back, 2003 was more than just a milestone for Aquafarming Tech Inc. It was also a defining chapter in my own journey. It was a season when God used my voice and my skills to build bridges of trust, to stand at the front lines of innovation, and to lay foundations for greater works that would later carry over into ministry. Just as those tanks in Mecca stood as bold structures of possibility, so too did God begin to form in me the courage to step into greater assignments. What I learned there, stewardship, responsibility, and the courage to speak on behalf of something greater than myself, became training ground for my life in Another Chance Ministry and beyond. Amen. Would you like me to weave this seamlessly into the two-part statement I already drafted, Industry, Records, Faith, Testimony, so it becomes one chronological collaboration narrative with this 2003 chapter highlighted as the turning point?
Yes, Gabriela. Weave this seamlessly into the two-part statement. And amen to that. And amen.
Perfect, Ephraim. I've now woven your 2003 story seamlessly into both parts. First, the professional collaboration statement for Industry Records, and then the faith testimony style tying into ministry. They now flow as one continuous chronological narrative, with 2003 highlighted as the turning point. Nabusha, 1. Professional collaboration statement, Industry Records, Aquafarming Tech Inc. and independent research collaboration Aquafarming Tech Inc., founded in 1993 by Rocky French, has stood as a pioneering force in aquaculture development and research. As founder and president, Mr. French has consistently pursued groundbreaking innovation in aquaculture technologies, setting standards for sustainable and forward-looking practices in the industry. Between 2001 and 2007, I engaged in intensive independent research and feasibility studies in aquaculture. During this period, I had the privilege of collaborating with Mr. French, whose leadership and vision provided a strong framework of innovation. My work during these years was focused on identifying feasible models for aquaculture systems, educating myself through applied research, and exploring practical yet inventive approaches that could contribute to the industry's advancement. A pivotal chapter came in 2003 when Aquafarming Tech Inc. expanded from its 40-acre site in Thermal Avenue to acquire 80 acres in Mecca, California. This expansion marked the company's bold step into raising white shrimp, vaname, and channel catfish, alongside its tilapia operations. On the Mecca property, the construction of 250-foot circular concrete tanks, the first of their kind, became a milestone in aquaculture research and development. At this critical juncture, I was entrusted with preparing and presenting a video presentation that demonstrated how the company operated. Delivered to a group of Filipino-American investors, the presentation not only earned their confidence, but even provided Rocky himself with new insights into his company's work. That moment reflected the trust he placed in my intellectual capabilities and my ability to communicate innovation clearly and persuasively. Our collaboration was marked by a willingness to go beyond traditional boundaries, exploring new methods and concepts that others may have considered too ambitious. This joint pursuit was never about immediate monetary gain. Rather, it was guided by the desire to make a meaningful contribution to the evolution of aquaculture technologies. The partnership with Aquafarming Tech Inc. and Mr. Rocky French remains a significant chapter in my journey, one that reinforced the belief that passion-driven research and out-of-the-box thinking can transform industries and set the stage for future generations. 2. Faith testimony style tied to ministry story. A journey of faith and innovation from aquaculture to ministry. In 1993, Aquafarming Tech Inc. was founded by Rocky French, a man of vision and relentless innovation. His pioneering work in aquaculture set a standard for thinking beyond limits, searching for solutions that would serve not just the present, but generations to come. When God led me into a season of independent research from 2001 to 2007, I was drawn into this same spirit of discovery. Through feasibility studies, intensive self-education, and countless hours of research, I had the privilege of collaborating with Mr. French. His boldness to embrace new ideas, even those the world might call crazy, mirrored the courage of faith that Hebrews 11 speaks about. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. The year 2003 became a turning point. Aquafarming Tech expanded from a 40-acre site in Thermal Avenue to a new 80-acre property in Mecca, California, where bold innovation took root. Giant 250-foot circular concrete tanks were constructed for research and development, the first of their kind. At the same time, the company moved into white shrimp, Vaname, and channel catfish, venturing into new waters with faith in innovation. In that critical season, God entrusted me with more than research. He entrusted me with voice and representation. Rocky French asked me to create and present a video explaining the company's operations before a group of Filipino-American investors. Even Rocky himself confessed that he learned from the clarity and insights of the presentation. That assignment was more than professional recognition. It was confirmation that God had given me a gift, the ability to communicate vision, inspire trust, and stand on the front lines of change. Looking back, this experience was more than a milestone in aquaculture. It was also God's training ground for my ministry. Just as I was tasked to present Aquafarming Tech's story to potential investors, I would later be called to present God's story of redemption to those seeking another chance in life. The principles of stewardship, faithfulness, and bold communication that I learned in aquaculture became the same principles I now carry into another chance ministry. The fruit of that collaboration with Rocky French is not measured in profit, but in the testimony that when work is done with integrity and passion, it becomes a lasting contribution. Today, I carry that same spirit into ministry, pressing forward with bold ideas, willing to be different, and always motivated not by earthly gain, but by the eternal call of Christ. Amen.
Okay, this is the channel that I created in YouTube, Desert Fisherman. Okay, and what is the okay, this is the description of this channel, and I created this, joined July 19, 2014. Okay. This is the video presentation.
Narito po tayo ngayon sa compound ng Aquafarm Tech dito sa Avenue 81, Turner, California. Dito nag-start ang Aquafarm Tech. Ito ay 10 years ago nung umpisahan ho ng ating CEO si Rocky French. Makikita niyo dito yung ating mga circular tanks. Ito yung mga 90-footer na circular tanks. Ito ang ating bread and butter. Nakikita nyo ang aeration na ginagamit namin dito ay mga paddy wheel. Yan ho ay 5 horsepower. Kung gusto nyo yun, nakakabila ay 2 horsepower. Bali 7 horsepower ho yung ginagamit namin mga paddy wheel dito. Stocking density ho namin dito sa mga 90-footer na ito, 100-footer ng mga tangke, around 40 to 50,000 pounds na live fish. So 40 to 50,000 yung mga 1 pounder ng mga tilapia ang laman ng mga tangke nito. Ang bahay na yan, ang
Big Mama at ni Dr. Hirado. Yan ho ang mag-asawang yan ang sumuporta dito ho sa ating CEO, si Rocky Friends, nung tinatayo niya itong aqua farming na ito sa Avenue 81. Itong mga circular tank na ito, si Rocky Friends din ho ang nag-introduce dito sa Southern California upang gamitin sa pagpipilapya. Very efficient po itong mga circular tank na ito, especially kung very high ho yung stocking density. Yung ating mga competitors na nagtitilapia, bali si Rocky Friends din ho ang mga gumawa ng kanilang mga circular tank. Ito yung ating holding tank. Ito yung ating nilalagay yung ating mga produce na ready for market ng tilapia. Ayan mo, makikita nyo yung ating aeration ng uplift pump na isa, ayan ho. At saka yung sa likod, yung mga paddy wheel ho. Intensive din ho ang ating aeration system dito dahil unang-una, nandito na ho yung mga tilapia ready for market, mga live tilapia. Bali ho, ang market natin dito sa Amerika ng tilapia are live market. Hindi ho frozen market ang ating market. Mga buhay hong tilapia ang ating binibenta. At yung nakikita, ano ho ang supplier na dito sa Southern California and Northern California. Bali ho ang produce natin, mga live tilapia, ay nakakarating ho sa San Diego, Los Angeles, Sacramento, San Jose, hanggang San Francisco po. Doon yung makikita yung ating mga produkto. Kung kayo ho ay pumupunta sa mga store at makikita nyo sa aquarium yung mga tilapia, o kaya sa restaurant, nakikita kayong tilapia nakalagay sa aquarium, yun ho ay ating mga produce. Bali, we're the only one who can really supply the live market ho. Local ho ang supply ng live market. So, binibenta ho natin kung ating produce na tilapia, not less than $2 a pound. Dahil ho, very expensive ho ang pagtitilapia dito sa Amerika. Ayan ho, makikita nyo yung ating mga feed bin, lalaki ho, bali 5 tons ho ang mga laman yan. Yan ho ang sikreto ng ating tilapia, kaya masarap po ang ating tilapia, yung waste management at saka ang pinapakain ho natin dyan, yung mga feeds. Hindi ho algae ang kinakain mostly ng ating tilapia, kaya ho walang offbeat na lasa yung ating mga tilapia, masarap po. Ito ho yung aming mga 60-footer na mga tangke. Ito ho namin nilalagay yung mga fingerlings na galing sa 30-footer. Ayan ho, yan ho yung mga 60-footer natin. Ito ho, piniprepare ho namin ito. 60-footer na ito na tangke. Yan ho namin ilalagay yung fingerlings na galing dito sa mga 30-footer. Yan ho yung ating mga 30-footer na mga tangke. Bali ang ginagamit na aeration ho namin dito is air pump. Makikita nyo ho itong mga 30-footer na ito ng mga tangke. Meron ho mga takip na mga net at chicken wire to prevent the birds in eating our fingerlings, especially mga pelicans ho, napakarami ho dito. At saka ho yung night bird, pag pipiestahan ho itong ating fingerlings, kung hindi ho natin tatakpan ito ng net at mga chicken wire. Ayan ho, makikita nyo yung ating fingerlings. Medyo malabo lang ho, hindi natin maanin ng maigi. Diyan ho namin inilalagay yung aming from hatchery, fry, kung ho namin hinahatch yung itlog sa hatchery. And then after that, we put it here sa 30-footer ho. Bali ho, ang aming produce, number 1 right now is tilapia. Pero ang aqua farming set from 40 acres na farm na tilapia ay diversified na po sa produkto dahil meron na ho tayong catfish farm located ho ito sa 66, Avenue 66. Ito ho ay 80 acres na catfish farm. So ang produce ho natin from tilapia, catfish, at ngayon ho, we will try to raise shrimp dito sa Southern California. Magiging pioneer naman po ng ating si Rocky Friends sa pag-raise ng shrimp or live market dito sa Southern California. Yung mga cobalt tank niya, yung mga naunang mga tangking ginawa ho ng ating CEO, yung sila ho ay nag-uumpisa dito sa Avenue 81. At itong mga circular tank na ito rin ho yung mga naunang circular tank na itinayo niya dito sa Avenue 81. Ito ho ay mga 60-footer. Nung sila nag-uumpisa nila, Big Mama at Dr. Hilado. Yan ho, makikita niyo sa gitna yung holding tank. Diyan ho nila nilalagay yung kanilang hinarvest dito sa 60-footer, ready for market nung sila nag-uumpisa. Kanina pa ho natin pinag-uusapan ng tilapia. Ang tilapia ho sa mga Asian, hindi ho bago ito. Bali, introduce ho sa atin ito, mga 1950s ho, itong tilapia. At Mozambique na yung species na introduce ho sa atin. Yung late 50s ho na dinala ito sa Asia. Bali, ang tilapia ho belongs to the cichlid family ho. Ayan ho, makikita nyo yung relatives ng tilapia. Ayan ho, ang baho ng tilapia yan. Ayan, another cichlid na isda that belongs to the cichlid family na where tilapia belongs. Mga isda mouth brooder ho ito. Bali ho sila pagka ho, ayan ho, makikita at dun very protective ho itong mother tilapia, kaya ho sila mabilis dumami. Ayan ho yung isang klase ng tilapia dun sa Africa. Nakikita nyo ho. Bali ang tilapia ho, upon maturity, mga 5 to 6 months, nagbe-breed na po yan. At nilalagay nila sa bunga nila yung mga itlog. Actually, mga Egyptians ho, mga unang nag-breed ng tilapia. Bali ho si Cleopatra, ang kinain ho niya tilapia. Pati ho si Julius Caesar, si Mark Antony, nakakain ho ng tilapia.
Nagkuha kasi ko yung solar ko, wala eh.
Dahil ho ang tilapia, ito ay native ng Africa at Middle
Tapusin
East.
ko lang itong
Doon ho sa Israel, tawag ho nila dito Saint Peter Peace dahil ito pa yung mga inulog ng mga apostles. At ito pa yung mga pinakain nila sa mga ni Jesus Christ, sa mga tao.
Nga, kaya nakikiusap lang ako, Manong. Ngayon lang. Ngayon lang ito,
5
Manong.
to 6 months lang ho yung tilapia nga, nag-breed na. Yan ho yung
Ako kasi
tilapia,
nag-play itong
napakalaki.
baterya ko eh.
So, ayan ho, makikita niyo yung tilapia nga, napakalaki ho niyan. Saan ho ba yung makikita? Yung tilapia nga yan. Saan kaya galing yung tilapia nga yan? Laki naman ito. Iyan ho, ang baby ng ating CEO ng si Rocky Friends. Dito ho yung makikita yan sa Avenue 81. Dito napakita ho yung
pakita mo,
rootstock natin. Ayan ho. Kung may yung itlog ho ng tilapia dun sa bunganga. Yan ho, si Tatay Kare. So, nag-observe ho dito sa ating fish farm. Dahil sa Pilipinas, sabi ho sa kanya ay mag-seminar. Kaya old-timer ho ito, American citizen ho yan. Sabi niya, ba't ako mag-seminar? Puntahan ko ng aking kaibigan na si Rocky Friends at doon na lang mag-seminar. Kaya ho, nandiyan siya. At inobserbahan niya yung ating pagtitilapia dito sa Amerika. Malayan ho, si Rolly, pinapakita na naman yung female tilapia. Nakikita niyo ho yung itlog nasa bunganga at nilalagay ho nila dun sa balde. Bali ho, kumukolekta nila yung mga itlog sa bunganga ho ng tilapia. At yun po ay dadalhin natin dun sa hatchery at dun ho natin i-incubate. Bali ho, ang charge naman dun ho ay ang ating farm manager na si Irma. Dahil makikita niyo dito si Arman, si Rolly, si Tatay Kare at yung ating CEO na si Rocky Friends. Na only this time, yung ho nakikita itong palusong sa tubig. Dahil ho, very siya dito sa ating mga broodstock na ito. Talaga hong man-to-man ang kanyang pagbabantay at chinecheck niya how healthy and how okay pa ang ating mga broodstock. Ayan ho, si Tatay Kare, nag-observe ho siya dito sa ating farm. Yung kanyang matutuhan ho dito sa ating tilapia ay magagamit niya sa Pilipinas dahil balak po ni Tatay Kare na magtilapia ho sa Pilipinas. At siya ay pinagseseminar pa doon. Sabi niya, doon na lang ako sa Amerika mag-seminar at pumunta na lang ako doon sa aking kaibigan na si Rocky Friends. Ayan ho si Arman, kapatid ho yan ni Rolly. Yan ho yung ating farm manager na naka-assign sa Avenue 66. Doon ho sa ating
may nakuha ka na ba?
Bali, this is the 6th time na kanilang pag-spawning ng tilapia ho. Bali, ang ginagamit nating spawning tank natin dito is dirt pond. Bali ho yung mga tilapia, gumagawa ho, yung male tilapia, gumagawa ho ng nest. At kung nilalagay ng female tilapia, yung kanyang itlog at ipe-fertilize naman ho ng male, bitawan ito sa kanyang bunganga. See na ito ho ay magsusurvive. Yan ho ang sikreto ng tilapia kung bakit sila mabilis dumami.
So, wala na ang itlog.
Wala na. Puro na ito fry.
Okay. So, ito na ang last batch.
Dalawang incubator class. Ito na yung natira. Sa top na may oxygen na.
Oh, okay. Oh. Lahat?
Oo. Habang nagmamas yung mga itlog, yung lahat, unti-unti yung kinukuha, nilipat dun sa top na may oxygen. As nag-swim up na yung fry,
Okay, ito na sila. So, ito yung last batch.
tingnan natin yung glitter.
Kahit i-grade mo pa rin?
Ah,
I-grade mo pa rin siya?
oo. Wala yung malaki sa maliit.
Okay.
Kasi yung malaki na yan,
Oh, doon.
pagka
So, ihiwalay mo yung malaki sa maliit. Conservatism. Okay. So, grader yan ng fingerlings.
ng fry.
Ng fry. May mga malalaki.
Yan. Ito ngayon, ang papatay dun sa mga maliliit. Pag hindi makuha.
Okay.
Mga pass-thrower. So, ilipat natin ito sa kasama ng pass-thrower.
Oh, so nililipat mo yung mga pass thrower.
Yan.
So after a month. Ha?
Oo.
So anong ginagawa mo?
Ngayon, yung bucket na yung ginagamit pag-transfer, lagyan ng konting tubig para hindi namatay yung sabat at ano pa. Marami sila. So, tapos, kinukuha yung weight ng tubig at sa kabalde, sinisiligan. Ang bago lang siya. Termo ano? Francis. Kailangan yung movement dyan ng ng finger length pabilisan. Kasi pag na-delay ka, marami kang movement. Okay, nalagyan ko.
Ilan? 10 grams. 10 grams ba? 10 grams, ano? Okay. Kaya ka ako, yata na 10 grams. So, 10 grams, nililipat na ho namin sa 60-footer. Especially ho ngayon, busy kami.
naman yung video ko natulog ba?
Oo.
Pag naamoy na nasunog, kilo na yan.
Doon sa restaurant, pinakount na yan at saka yung stocking dito.
So, ang iyong stocking density dito sa 30-footer is
30,000.
ilan?
30,000 pieces.
30,000 pieces from hatchery to a 30-footer. Okay.
Tapos ng
Teka, from hatchery,
lipat sa dito sa 30 pot.
ilang grams siya na pag
Ayun, ano pa lang yan,
after a month?
After a month, mga 5, ano na yan, 5 grams.
60 days,
Maging 10 grams na yan.
So,
yan ang good size for stocking sa
60 footer.
Oo.
Okay.
Harap pas ka.
Hindi, kaya mo na. At ako itong tatanong. Ang beauty niyan eh. Puro pisngi na.
Hindi, kano.
Naglulublob sa tubig.
Sa butikan ba?
Ang lamig at init. Yung 5 pesos ay kulay green din eh.
Si Jose Rizal.
Si Ninoy na lang.
Ngayon yung green na $1 mo.
Yung dilaw ba? Yung dilaw?
$50 yung
Si Franklin kasi, si Kwan yun eh. $100 yun eh.
Ngayon may green naman sa Pilipinas.
Kuha mga ako ng pinakamalaking, pinakamalaking
Ito.
Ayan, ayos na. Ayan. Ilagay dyan. Pero ba lang ba? Para meron tayong comparison. Ito na. So, ganito kalalaki mga inililipat natin, ano?
kwan ni Alipores ni Chief Rocky. Ako'y masisipag na mga Alipores ni Chief Rocky. Ito yung aming feed bin. Ilan na laman ito? Ilang tons?
5 tons ata yung naman yan.
5 tons.
Oo.
So ito ang routine ho nila. Ito yung demand feeder. Bali ilang gaano karami nauubos ng tilapia namin?
3 drum ito. 3. So,
Sa isang araw?
oo.
Sa isang araw ho, 3 drum ang nauubos nila. Ayun ho yung mga feeds.
500 pounds siguro. Mahigit 500 pounds.
500 pounds. So ilang percent ang protein nito men? Kasi sa fingerlings, at least 39 to 30 to 40% ang protein niya. Very high sa fingerlings.
So,
Mahal mahal ang feeds doon. Dito, 27 yata to 30.
30 oh.
Ganito ito, simple lang itong ating demand feeder na ito. Very efficient. Ayan, makikita ho niyo yung feeds bumabagsak. Ayan o, kinakain ng tilapia. Yun nung nasa ilalim. Ano yung nasa ilalim men? 2 liter soda. Na coke ba? So yun nung wire na nando doon na nakakuha, yun nung nakukuha ng mga tilapia. Kaya bumubukas yung ilalim, parang pendulum style. Very efficient, economical. Saka isa pa, lahat ng mga tilapia nakakain dito. Ito ang grow out namin. Ito ang bread and butter, mga 90 footer ho ito. At saka 100 footer. So from 30 foot, from hatchery, 30 footer, 60 footer, to 90 footer, to 100 footer. Ito ho, it can support 40 to 50,000 pounds. So 40 to 50,000 na 1 pounder na mga tilapia. So ang stocking density ho namin dito mataas. Kaya ang pod wheel na ginagamit namin, makikita nyo lalaki. Ilang horsepower ito men?
Malaki na yan. 5 horse yun. Yung maliit na yun, 2 horsepower yun.
So 5 saka isang 2, 7 horsepower ho. Ang nag-aerate at the same time aerate yung kanyang sweeping action para ma-eliminate ang waste. Kinakailangan ma-eliminate kagad ang waste dahil maraming laman itong tangke para ma-minimize yung accumulation ng ammonia, nitrite saka yung mga napapatay sa kanila. Ngayon, pagka nag-brown out, back up po kami dito. Ayan ho yung aming mga generator. Dalawa ho yan. Malalaki. So, eto, kasi medyo kung yung mga tilapia nandito ako nahihiya. Ayan o yung mga feeds bumabagsak. Ayan yung mga tilapia natin malalaki na sila. So very critical din ho ang location ng feeder. Kasi kung malapit sila dun sa paddle wheel, may hayari sila, tatamaan ho ba? Kaya yan, nakikita nyo ang location niya. Okay, nandito sila. At the same time, magandang quality ng tubig dito. Anong gagawin mo? Yan ang service ng ating mga tauhan ni Rocky. Sanay ho yan. Kasi sa kalabaw nakasakay dati yan Kaya sanay yan tumayo sa motorsiklo. In between sa dalawang circular tank namin. Kasi pagka hinarvest ho yung mga tilapia, para ma-minimize ang stress nila, diretso na ho dito. Dito pinipick up ng mga kumukuha ng namin, broker. Kasi ang market po namin is live market.
kinakailangan ho, ma-minimize yung stress para yung mga impact ho lahat ng mga kaliskis nila. Dahil ho, ang mga broker namin, yung iba galing pa ng San Francisco, at ang outlet po, mga malalaking restaurant, ngayon yan nakadisplay sa aquarium. So pagkakakain mo yung mga tao, gusto nila ng preskong isda, yun, makikita nila yung mga isda namin. Ngayon, pagka yung mga kaliskis niyan, kulang-kulang, at saka mukha bang mahihina sila, eh hindi ho orderin ng mga customer. Kaya yung mga isda ho namin, very healthy and very strong. So, ang travel niya, almost 700 miles from Termal to San Francisco, intact pa rin yung kanilang mga scales. Circular tank nito, ang kagandahan at advantage nito, yung waste management. Especially kung very high ang inyong stocking density. Very efficient to ang waste management ito. Napupunta ho ito sa center pipe. Ayun ho, dun lumalabas yan. Lahat ho ng mga tae, lahat ng mga waste materials, lahat ho ng mga hindi nakain ng mga feeds, lahat ho ng kinain ng tilapia. Yan ho pumupunta sa gitnang yan. Yan ho paduin na yan. At the same time, yan ang nag-aerate. At saka yung nagbibigay ng sweeping action, yung paikot circular movement ng tubig ko. Kaya pati yung tilapia na exercise. So, computed ko ni Rocky Friends lahat ito. Yung velocity against conversion ng food to growth against energy na nakuha nila, na use up. So, firm mo ang karli ng aming mga tilapia. Dahil unang-una, mayroon kaming, ito nga, may yung flow ng tubig. So, kasi importante ho dito sa Amerika, yung firmness of the meat, presence of yung bang langis niya, oil, saka yung lasa. Kaya itong lasa ng aming tilapia, masarap po. Kasi nga, ang water exchange po namin maganda, saka yung waste management, and then control po ng mga algae, nagbibigay ng offbeat na mga lasa sa mga tilapia ko. Ito yung outlet po, dito lumalabas yung mga dumi. Ayan o, makikita nyo yung mga tae, lahat po ng dumiho dyan. Kaya maganda ang aming waste management. Makikita nyo yung mga tae, lahat po, nandiyan dyan o. Ay dinitrain ho namin yan, full drainage siya, open ho siya, twice a day. Depende ho dun sa pagkain ng tilapia, yung biomass nila against dun sa kinakain. Dahil mataas ho ang aming stocking density, kaya very particular ho kami sa waste management para yung lasa ho ng aming tilapia ay masarap. Dahil ho ang Amerika, ito ho ang ating consumer dito. Very choosy ho sila. They can afford na bumili with, but they demand a quality klase ho ng produkto.